So remember all the cherries I was showing you last week? They're all gone. This netting, basically a fail this year. I mean, it's my fault, of course, because I believe I know where. I didn't close it right, but two problems happened. First, I only had one ring over here, and this netting over here was kind of on the top. It was leaning in, so I believe what happened was birds would land, and when they land, they'll press in and basically just get to the cherries and eat them. So I put another ring on top to kind of make a little bit of a wall, still very wobbly. So that's a definite thumbs down. But on the other side, underneath the second tree, it looks like I left a way for an animal to go inside and then get out. And it wasn't very obvious actually that there was a hole, but I guess from all the folds underneath the tree, there was a way to sort of unravel an entrance. So I believe there is only one cherry left, a single cherry from all the cherries, and then I believe these are sour cherries over here that are ripening, and even they are almost gone. So that's it, no cherries this year. Next year I will build a proper structure around these trees, and I would make a really, really strong protection from whatever. I don't care, I want my cherries. As far as the cold crops go, so far so good. We are just starting to warm up. I believe today we're gonna hit high 70s, maybe 80 degrees, a little bit more. Tomorrow we're expecting mid 80s, so the lettuce is still holding together. I am seeing basically two lettuces of this entire section that are trying to bolt, so we'll probably eat them today. They're still good, they're not really bitter, especially this curly one. This romaine is pretty tough. These outer leaves are very, very tough, but these guys are very, very soft. And then I have the Muir, I believe that's some Muir summer lettuce, something like that, I forgot. That over there is even more tender, and that's heat tolerant, supposedly. So I'll probably eat that last over there. Spinach, as you can see, is going to seed. I will let it go to seed so that next year we get spinach. And yeah, that's about it. I think when the spinach is done here, the reseeded New Zealand spinach from last year will pick up, because it's kind of like a ground cover almost right now. And I do have still a few radishes from the second wave of radishes that I planted. I don't know if they'll make it in the heat. But yeah, peas are great. Been picking peas, even giving it to our baby to chew on, and she loves them. The beans are climbing the trellis, no flowers to speak of yet, but I believe very soon we'll get flowers on them as well. The beets are not looking very hot. Actually, let me show you. So as you can see, the beets are kind of looking sad. Yeah, I don't know why. These are looking much better than these, and these are Merlin beets, and the one over here are Ruby Queen. The ones over here, and yeah, the Ruby Queen, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with them, but yeah, they definitely don't look good. So again, I don't know if I'll get any beets from them at all. I've never had luck with beets so far, but it would be nice to get some. If not, so be it, that's fine. I will be preparing my okra, which will take over this whole section here very, very soon. And yeah, it doesn't look like these are gonna stop producing anytime soon. I hope so, anyway, because this is good stuff. Tomatoes are doing great, not complaining there at all. I have actually a few tomatoes already, a few cherries over there in the front, and a raft tomato here in the back that flowered very early, and there's probably a golf ball sized tomato. The kohlrabi over here is also doing okay, I suppose. The kohlrabi is about this big now, and I do see a nice, well, a turnip that's about this big right over here as well, purple top. I don't know if the other three, actually there might be like two or three turnips in this area, so that's good stuff. That's good stuff. When I pull them, then this area will open up, but by the time the tomato will be way up, so no problem at all with that. Tons of flowers so far on these tomato plants, so looking forward to tomatoes. On the right side of me, I have my cucumbers, and they seem to be doing well for cucumbers, I suppose, that finally are getting some heat. I kind of weeded here the other day, not enough, still plenty of weeds, as I mentioned. And yeah, my peppers are not doing anything. They're basically frozen in time. Even these peppers that I bought, actually these are probably okay, but my peppers, the ones I planted from seed, nothing. It's fine, it is what it is. I have a cucumber there in the back that actually has finally started to grow, so that's kind of exciting. The strawberries behind me are starting to take over, and they actually do produce strawberries. I've picked a couple of strawberries from the entire runner patch of strawberries, but most of them are eaten by the animals. So, on this side, the raspberries and blackberries are doing great. There was a bird yesterday inside this bird net on the other end, was trying to escape. It wasn't tangled or anything. I guess it managed to get in, I believe, from that corner over there, because I guess if they try and push, they actually can get underneath, but then when they try to escape, they can't. So I guess, I helped the bird, obviously. I opened them in the net and the bird flew away, no harm done. I think I have a picture, I'll try to show it to you. But other than that, pretty happy with this side over here. Seems like there's plenty of fruit and plenty of new canes. Whoop. Is that a yellow jacket? Well, I don't want to find out. So I don't know what's the deal with these blueberries. These guys, I guess, are doing all right. Not really. I mean, yeah. This guy's doing definitely much better. And the guy in the back, they had so many flowers, and it seems like none of them pollinated. Some definitely pollinated, and it seems like it's a cluster pollination issue. Basically, there is a cluster of like a dozen blueberries that's pollinated, and then there's a cluster that's just completely dry. I have no idea what stuff. These guys over here seem to be better, but still, I almost feel like I have less blueberries than last year. Probably should feed them or care for them a little bit more. Yeah, I think I see another opening over there in the net. I guess this net thing is going to be a never-ending battle, but I definitely want to keep my berries, so I'll keep trying. Here you can see what the Egyptian walking onion looks inside the bulb. These are the actual onions in there, and this thing, when this whole wrapper falls, there will be 3 really nice size bulbs, bulblets, I don't even know what they're called, but yeah, this is the bundle on the top that usually is a flower on regular onions, but not on the Egyptian walking onions. And by the looks of it, I'm gonna have a ton of them, which is good news. I've basically left almost all of them to a single stem because we've eaten all their leaves by now. So I'm waiting for these to mature a little bit more before I replant and basically pull the big plants, because I don't think they'll really do much more. But look at this guy. I mean, this is like 1.5 inch diameter leaf. It's ridiculous. The onions in the back, they seem to be doing all right. The regular onions. I've never really grown onions from sets, so I have no idea how long it's going to take for them to actually form an onion, or so far they just look like scallions, which is still okay. We actually pulled them and eat them as scallions as well, but it'd be nice to have an onion or two. The parsley in the back definitely bolted into seed, and I'm waiting for that to drop its seeds before I clear that area. And the garlics seem to be doing good. Actually, the hardnecks are just starting to go to flower. We have garlic scapes, so that's great. That's the second garlic harvest, as they call them. The first garlic harvest is when you just pull the green garlic. The second is for hardnecks when the scapes are out, and you can cut those and eat them as well. And I think I'm getting very close to that. And obviously the third harvest is when you get the old garlic bulbs. This guy is a radish that's going to seed. Probably let it go to seed again, drop some seeds. It's fine with me. And the cilantro in front of me, definitely a reseeder for us. We let it reseed last year, and we have tons of cilantro now, so that's great. That's about it. I have some good news about the potatoes, but I hope I don't jinx them. This bag over here, yesterday when I tried to see if it's wet enough so if I need to water it, I poked my finger maybe 1.5 inches down and I felt a potato. So that's super exciting. I guess I could probably pick a fresh potato or two from them, but I'll actually let them grow. This is super exciting. I really hope I get some potatoes. And I think I just saw a Colorado beetle, so pardon me. All right, I'm done with the Colorado beetles. I found 2, which means you should probably keep an eye on these plants. Other than that, as I was saying, I might get potatoes, so we'll find out in a few months. And it looks like there's hope for the curry berries because they've actually started to climb up, and almost all of the plants, except for the one next to the camera, lost most of the growth that they had. I'll show you a close-up in a bit, but all of them have started producing new growth. So that's awesome. I'm super happy about that, and I hope that they like this area, they establish themselves, and they start growing, because it'll suck if they don't. But I think they're doing all right. Let me show you a plant in the front. So all this stuff here was the growth that this plant had last year. This is all last year growth, and it was nice and green when I planted it, but this is all gone. However, this here looks beautiful. This is new, bright, vigorous growth that in no time is going to start climbing. So this is excellent. This is good news. This is very good news. I was worried that I'm going to have to replant these, which would put me back 3 years, I guess, because these are 3-4 year old plants. But it looks like they survived, so far anyway, knock on wood. And we'll see what happens. And finally, my berries over here in the front are doing fine as well. We had some berries, some early berries behind me ripen. Some are still green. This guy over here is holding onto its green berries, but there are 2 that are starting to ripen, and they're huge. They are like 1/2 inch big right now. And I believe this is chandelier, which is one of the biggest blueberries out there. They can get like dime size blueberries, or quarter size blueberries. So these are doing excellent so far. Very happy with them. And the ones on the other side are also greened out, nice and healthy. So hopefully they're also happy over there. And the strawberry over here, doing its strawberry thing and sending runners all over the place. I'll probably let it cover this. I don't care if this thing is covered in strawberries. I believe it's not going to harm the blueberries because strawberries have super shallow roots, even though blueberries also have super shallow roots. These are high bush blueberries, so they actually are much, I believe, they're much deeper rooted plants, because otherwise they can't really support the huge plant on top. So, I mean, it's hard to support a 6-foot tree bush with a shallow root system. So I don't think the strawberries will be a problem. I mean, the strawberries probably won't grow as too well here either because of all the wood chips, pine bark stuff. But it's fine. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Garden is doing okay. June, warm weather is coming. Tomatoes are picking up, and I'm looking forward to it. See you next time.